Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Peakboy25 here, and today I am just bringing you a general discussion of some of the new minor details that have been going on from Great America over the past 2 weeks. I haven't really talked about this park since Great Wolf Lodge is a formal announcement and the Gurney Volume 2 time with the construction update of Great Wolf Lodge last month, and I will say now that this is the second week of the operating season for Great America, I went on opening day for about 5 hours and had a good time there. I will come back a week later, especially since with a new brewing development that was released midweek last week. I'll come back with some new information. The first thing I want to talk about is that they've stripped the theming of Camp Cartoon. I'm on the Six Flags website here to show just a few minor differences. First of all, if you notice that there is no reference to the Bedrock Boulder Roller. I'm in the B's, and even if they stripped the theming and got rid of Bedrock, it'd still be Boulder Roller. There's just Bahama Mama, Bubba Tubba, Batman, Big Easy Balloon, Bouncer, Buccaneer Battle, Buccaneer Beach or Bay, and then it goes to Seas. So yeah, I can confirm for me in Great America, the Bedrock Boulder Roller, the miniature Ferris wheel, and Camp Cartoon is closed. It is no longer operating. It's on the park map. It's not listed on the park map, but it's on the park map. It's standing but not operating, and it's in the back of the Camp Cartoon area. What they did to prevent people from getting into it was put a bench in front of the entrance. Yeah, so we're already off to a good start at Six Flags, just haphazardly trying to change their Camp Cartoon, stripping the theming, getting rid of a ride. They're not doing a good job so far. This is going to be a common theme. If we go further down, we notice an entry that wasn't normally formally named, right here, Crazy Bus. This used to be the Mystery Machine, Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine. It's one of the pinnacle attractions of Camp Cartoon, and right up front for all the kids of all ages to enjoy. It's now Crazy Bus. Let me just tell you right now that, one, that thing still has the Scooby-Doo haunted house backdrop. 2, it is still painted like the Mystery Machine. 3, you can literally see where they peeled off the paint that said Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine on both the bus and the sign, and how they just scribbled over Crazy Bus onto it. I mean, it's something you have to see for yourself, because describing it to you is not as easy as it is going to see for yourself. Because I remember hearing these rumors on Screamscape just about a week before the park opened, week and a half before the park opened. And I was really intrigued. They stripped the Hanna-Barbera theming out of Camp Cartoon, if the rumors were true. They were. They just did such a poor job at it that when I actually went and found out they did do what they were listing, like how Crazy Bus is, or Mystery Machine's now Crazy Bus, they closed the Boulder Roller, and we'll see the later entries on, I was just laughing at how poor of a job they did. Because I'll get more into on this otherwise. Just going all the way down, we need to go all the way down to, I believe R, here, Rocky Road Rescue Service. So this one, I think, is more or less the same name. There's also no space in the website, because they just had to change that in a whim. And they also have the backdrop, the mural backdrop painting of Flintstones behind there. Like, literally in the Rocky Road Rescue Service Boulder Roller area, they still have the backdrop mural from the Flintstones. So if they're trying to get rid of the Hanna-Barbera theming of Camp Cartoon, like they did very minimally, they're not doing a good job because the Fred Flintstone and Yogi Bear murals are still there, which the Yogi Bear murals are behind the, what is now called Yahoo River. Right here, Yahoo River. It used to be called Yogi's Yahoo River, and they still have this backdrop, the exact same backdrop you can see a little bit over here. They still have that exact same backdrop. I think had they just painted it over white, it would have been fine. But they have to keep the licensing property they're still trying to get rid of. Of course, the removal of this Hanna-Barbera license does bring up some questions. Are they going to be keeping Camp Cartoon in general? It raises concerns over the area. Are they going to be keeping these rides? Are they going to be relocating them? Are they going to be scrapping them all? Are they going to be shuffling things around so they can add to the Yukon Territory experience a bit more? In regards to like what's going to happen to some of the intellectual property here, this is the cartoon merch store in Yukon Territory. There's what will happen to like the Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo walk-around characters? Will they pull like a Six Flags New England or Six Flags Fiesta Texas to where they close, or St. Louis where they close their all Hanna-Barbera themed attractions, but they still have a Scooby-Doo walk-around character? That's a question I need to ask. I probably will have to go to the park early in order to get that answer, because I don't know if it's like they're just getting rid of the physical intellectual property, or if they're just ditching the rights altogether, just killing the license altogether. unless Scooby-Doo's public domain. Like, I don't know the actual copyrights things with this, and this also brings some questions with future expansion, because we have another development in the very next tab. We have Marcus Lechoc, an anchor and reporter for WGN Chicago. He is confirmed through this. The rumors are true. The Pictorium is being demolished at Six Flags Great America, which is their Twitter handle, of course. The park has not made a formal announcement, and I would have liked to have gone this weekend to see, but I do remember Screamscape reporting a few days earlier that there was locals to the area recalled hearing jackhammer sounds going from within the Pictorium. So we knew at least they were gutting it. But according to this, they're going to be demolishing it altogether, which, thank God for that. If I scroll down to the comments, you're going to see mournful people from retro 80s and 90s park goers when the screen actually held a purpose. Pictorium has just been sitting idly by for a couple of years now. They occasionally have the Legacy of Thrills or like the history of Six Flags Great America playing in there, like reruns of it from like 2009 to 2012. They have some unique stuff in there that they used to, along with Space Shuttle America, which is now long gone. And now that Pictorium is going away, I believe if I had a Google Maps tab opened up, it would be roughly, I don't know, I think I did the calculations, depending on how much land they use. I believe if they use the land, just the land where the theater is taking up, they might only have about 40 to 60,000 square feet of land. If they use some of the back area that's just the grass off to the left of the exit of the theater up to the railroad, and up to the pathway that connects the railroad to the maintenance pathway that connects the railroad to the water park, that will be about like 60 to 80,000 feet. And if they use all of the land, which is the theater, the queue that goes into the theater, the pathway that the exit of the theater, going around the entrance to Hurricane Harbor into all the patches of grass until it eventually converges with the pathway that currently leads into Hurricane Harbor, that will be about 90,000 square feet of land to potentially work with. And it would be strange to put a dry park attraction there, and with the demolition of the Pictorium, I really think that a water park expansion is due for 2019. I think we can get one of those Typhoon Twister rides that Six Flags St. Louis is getting if we are going to be doing a direct replacement and keeping that service road or service footpath between the railroad and the water park. I think that would be a probable thing, or they can go for like a Kalahari Sandusky-esque 5-slide complex, just changing it up a bit. They can go with a slide complex. I don't think they have a general body slide complex. They do have a speed slide, but like high speed speed slides instead of moderate. So maybe a body slide complex, maybe a new thrilling slide complex like a big hitter, maybe a water coaster if they have enough space like Thunder Rapids. It'll be quite an interesting development to see as this thing comes down, and we'll see what comes around late August, early September for Great America's formal announcement for what they're getting in 2019. And this also brings up the questions of, will the water park split from the dry park? We already know there is an upcharge attraction with a regular ticket admission to get into Hurricane Harbor. Like if you buy a Six Flags Great America ticket and you desire to go to Hurricane Harbor, you got to pay like $8 more, $10 more. Which, I mean, that's not a full separation. A full separation is two separate operating entities that are on the same property. If you want an example of that, look at Magic Mountain. Same security, two different gates. The water park and dry park require a season pass for both, so like a 2-park pass. And I think if they expand Hurricane Harbor to the fullest of their ability, they can seriously upgrade the park, and they could separate the parks altogether while creating a new entrance just to the right side of the parking lot, where it's currently the membership, early entry entrance, and season pass holder entrance. So it's already being used for something. They already have an impromptu entrance over by like their surf rider, their flow rider, by their towards Riptide Bay and Tornado, between the two areas that goes from the parking lot. It'll be interesting to see how that goes along. Especially since the Pictorium, I do believe, is a big eyesore. It's really not being used for anything anymore. I'm glad to see it go, because this was actually 2 ride predictions, technically 3 if you count Cartoon's bare bones stripping. Which I don't know if I mentioned, but basically Sprocket Rockets is now just called Sprocket Rockets, but they still have the Jetson-style light posts and architecture going around it. So that's another facepalm on Six Flags Park right there. Like I said, if you want to see Camp Cartoon for yourself and laugh at it, it has to be seen to believe how poorly they stripped that thing. Maybe in the next couple weeks they'll actually fix some of their wrongs, but on opening day it looked like a bare bones job of stripping intellectual property off of it. So Pictorium, I do think now that if you count Camp Cartoon, I will have 3 predictions from what the ride or the park will remove correct now. I do think that it's quite interesting how this is going on. I do trust WGN. Local news tends to be right about these issues. I mean, local news, especially if it's like affairs like this, you can't really go wrong with them. Like, I've never really gone back on the Chicago Tribune, especially if they're like major news broadcasting sources. So I believe Marcus here. I think Marcus is somebody that I could trust with this issue. So 20,000 followers, nice. Yeah, I do trust him on this issue for entertainment of WGN Chicago. So yeah, and then the final thing, I do have Marcus LeShock's Facebook page, which shows a completed structure of Mardi Gras Hangover. I zoomed it in 250% because I wanted to just get the photo, that's it. And I also want to talk about how big this thing actually is in person. You can see this thing from the parking lot. I think as soon as you drive into the lot, before you even get to the parking booth, you could see it if you look to the left. Of course, you have to see everything to the left. You can just see it you can see it through Superman, perching over the railroad. It's kind of ridiculous. It's big. It's bigger than King Chaos ever was. So, and you can also see this thing from many other angles. You can see it throughout the entirety of Orleans Place. You can see it. You can see it at a pretty interesting angle from Hometown Square over by Triple Play and the Sweet Shop and the Coke Freestyle Machine, the Town Square gazebo, and like the Grand Music Theater. The major area, Town Hall Square. You could see it on the skyline of many coasters. Pretty much any coaster that even has a general look. Giant Drop, Raging Bull, Superman, Batman. No, not Batman. That goes the wrong way. But Giant Drop, Goliath, Superman, Raging Bull. They can all see this thing off in the distance. It looks absolutely massive, I will say, and especially looking at it, I think all they have to do right now is some electricals, and I think they also have to work on landscaping and queue making. They do have the pre-existing King Chaos queue line structure in the back, but I do believe they're going to find a way to expand it to accommodate the lesser capacity as well as the surge of year one popularity. And of course, they got to build that queue. They got to do a little more landscaping. They got to build the entry onto the platform. It looks imposing. It looks huge, and I'd love to get some off-ride footage of this come June, since Memorial Day. Like I said in a previous video, my last video actually, I'll be at Cedar Point Memorial Day, unless I go like the weekday before, like the 26th of May, which I think I might actually be going because I remember signing up for an event nearby from like 9 to 11 a.m. So I'll probably be going on the 26th, so I can get some footage there. But that's off-related topic. And I also do want to point out one major thing. I was at opening day from about 2:30 to 3 o'clock to all the way to close. I left the park just shy of 8 p.m. closing time. It's my first time ever staying to close at a park, since I'm not really a late night person unless I'm just sitting in my bed reading, or if I'm just watching other YouTubers and reading other coaster-related affairs. So I do get educated in my free time about these topics. I do say that this thing, I don't know if it will, but right now the light package is not installed. Or they decide not to turn it on. I was disappointed to see this thing's light package not working yet, or if they even going to have one, but I will have more on that later. And then I will say that if this thing's going to have a light package, it's not there yet. It's not running during the night. It's probably still trying to work out the electricals. It's still construction. It's got a month this thing opens. So yeah, it's definitely something. And really, I think that's all about it I have to cover. There is another dining option there. Let me go to, what is it? It's things to do, not live entertainment. I could go over that, but there's nothing major. I'm pretty sure you could just look at it yourself if you're curious, which, I mean, live entertainment is not Six Flags thing. Is it planned visit? I don't know what, I'm completely derping out on where the heck the food thing is. Dining, oh my god. How did I miss that? I was looking for a tab called restaurants. So, yeah, I was going to load this real quick. There is a new restaurant in Orleans Place. It's not open yet, just like how Capone's was not open during was not open during last year's opening day, which Capone's was Angelo's, but they redid it. Still the same stuff, but they now have. Please tell me it's here. Of course it's not. It's called Big Lou's, I believe it is. It's Big Lou's. It's like pizza, Italian beef, and like sausage, or is it American? I don't know. It's called Big Lou's, and it's in the former gazebo that used to be like, hey, this is air conditioned. Come on in. It's just something. I believe it's called Big Lou's, and I don't see it on here. So, yeah, there is a new restaurant. They do have it advertised as you walk through the midway of Orleans Place. I do think that will be a welcome addition. I mean, they did take out a relatively dead area of the park. They put a water park, not water park, my God, my head's stuck in 2019. They did put a new restaurant there in a former thing that really wasn't being used. It's, like I said, it's called Big Lou's. Its main thing is Italian beef. I'd like to see how well it goes down. I might try it once throughout the course of the season, and I expect it to open about Memorial Day weekend, maybe early June. If they take too long on it, I might get a little impatient. But then again, it took them over a year to open the Lobster when it should have been open in 6 months. It's Six Flags for you. So yeah, there's really not a whole lot going on other than that. I did mention Big Lou's, and I was going to make a vlog on site had I had more time at Great America, showing off the property of Big Lou's, getting several different angles of where you can see Hangover, as well as the laughable, bare-bones job that they did stripping Camp Cartoon. I also will be visiting the park, guaranteed, unless it rains, but I will likely be visiting the park again on May 12th in order to celebrate the passage of my AP tests that I have in under 2 weeks. Help me then. So it'll be a little bit of a rush until that day. I might not be able to upload as much. I'm also working a bit more. It's just, and I'm also losing a little bit of mojo. I mean, I'm running out. I don't want to put up a review every single video. I kind of want to vary up my content. Then sometimes I have to space it out in order to get people to actually want to watch my videos. Not that it really matters to me. It matters more to you guys than me. But yeah, that was just a general update of Great America, going through several different sources. Full credit goes to every site that I've mentioned here, Marcus LeShock, Six Flags Great America, and just my own personal vision that I saw throughout the park. I just made a couple observations, just a couple notes, laughing at how poorly they stripped Camp Cartoon of any sort of thing that actually made it hold value. It was great. I don't know, I'm probably going to save that for later. I've got a couple more things I'd like to try over the summer. I've already covered my summer plans, and I think I'm probably just going to start signing out here. So, if you guys have enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, comment, or subscription. I hope you guys have a great insert unit.